everybody? This is Shake and Bake. I am back in Homebrew, patiently awaiting their next big update, which looks to be fantastic. This build, as one thing you can see, I love to build planes in this game, and I love to try to build things based on something I see in the real world. But what's fun about this game is you don't have to do that. You can make up whatever you want. Your imagination, your skill level, your creativity is the only thing that really holds you back. And you'll be able to expand upon that as the game continues to evolve. So one thing I've always wanted to build in Homebrew Vehicle Sandbox is a seaplane. I've tried before and failed, but I wanted to revisit it, and I have done that. You got water, you got flying, and what I came up with was a seaplane, which I call Sea Breeze. That's my new name for it, Sea Breeze. And I'm going to show you that, but I'm also going to show you kind of how I approach this build, and I'm also going to show you how to do take two propeller engines and combine it into one. I had a subscriber ask me about that, so I thought I would show that. Maybe it'll be useful to some, and I'll show you how to do that. Really, it's pretty simple once you do it once, okay? But here we go. Here, I want to show you, I'm pretty proud of this plane. You know, the skinning system, they really don't have one yet, so you really have to work at trying to make something look, I'll say, realistic. But I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, especially that it flies so well that you can land and take off from the water. And the other thing, there's no gyro disc in this or any other kind of stabilizer. I'm trying to really, stay true to that, where I can now build these planes and cars without those in there. Almost like this organic approach to vehicle building, which sounds pretty cheesy. There's nothing wrong with using those things. I used to use them before. But now this challenge of, can I build this vehicle builds well and does well, even without adding these extra things to help balance it, okay? So here it is right here. You can see that I got a little sign back here, Homebrew. I got my own little slogan. It just says, build it, right? Almost like build it and they will come. But I did look at some images of real seaplanes. And again, I'm pretty happy how this turned out, and especially flying it is just a ton of fun. So let's fire this baby up. I got to turn my interior lights on real quick just to check things out. Do some flap checks here. Everything's good back there. I was going to seal in the cockpit, but I like to look around too much when I'm flying, so I did not do that. Now this thing is so balanced. When I give it gas, right, it just takes off, to be honest, on its own. And man, they just probably one of I've got some smooth flying planes, but this thing is really, really smooth. I got my little fake dashboard there, and the other thing I did is I hid the steering wheel. Now the reason I hid the steering wheel is until they bring into the game some different seat options, is I wanted it to look like a real aircraft, with the flight stick right there in front. So I did hide the steering wheel. I like how it turned out. I think it's pretty cool. All right, let's fly through here real quick. Let's do a third-person view. I got my Sea Breeze name up there in old Shake and Bake. And it's a cool-looking plane, I think. It's fun to fly. In a minute, I'm going to show you how I built this thing, kind of the approach, and kind of the general approach I use for all the vehicles I build in this game now, after building quite a few. And I'll show you how to do double propeller, I can't even say that, double propeller engines, and make them like this look like one. All right, you get a lot more power going on, and especially you need that for like a seaplane landing and taking off. So let's bring this thing in here. I'm going to throttle her down just a little bit, and let's just bring her in nice and slow here. Nice, I like that. It was a good landing. One thing I like to do too is I like, you see these planes floating out somewhere, is to be able to like stand on the pontoon like you're out here in the water. Just really, really happy with this build. I'll put the link to the file below. If you want to download this, you can download it and try it out. Now let's jump into the editor or the garage, and I'll show you again how to build this, or how I approached it, and then also the double propeller thing you can do with the engines, okay? Okay, so now we're in the garage, right? And here is the initial version of the Seabreeze. And what I do is I'll do a wireframe build first, and you will have to make sometimes custom piping, and you can do that down here through the bottom left here through Pipe Builder. And so I do custom piping normally, and I get the shape I want, and then what I'll do is I will fly the wireframe version to see how it handles. And then I'll make some tweaks and adjustments on wing placement, even engine placement, all, where I put the fuel tanks, all of this stuff I will adjust and play with until I get the flying down right. And then what I'll do is I'll make a copy of this vehicle. And in this case, I think it's called Bushplane 2, right? This is Bushplane 2. I'll make a copy of it, and then there I'll start to build on it more. So I keep the original version intact. All right, let's go here. The other thing I do is I come in here and I look where the center of gravity is, and I really watch that and pay attention where the center of gravity is in relation to the wings, the engine, all of these factors. And it's just really trial and error in learning what works and what doesn't. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to now show you, so the general approach, wireframe first. Then I'll go in and do skinning, and I'll show you how to do the two propellers or the two engines in one, which again I think is a pretty cool way to build in here. All right, so let's go. I got to get out of here. I'll go back in. All right, we're underwater. Nice. All right, this is two props. We'll do a quick edit on this. I'll show you. It's like I said, once you see this, you'll see how easy it is. All right, so you're in here, right? And what I'm just going to drop these engines off here. All you do is wherever you're going to have your engine at, you're going to go ahead and build this kind of U shape. And you're going to use a U4. This is a U4 right here. This is a U4. I just brought them off here. And then this is just a single cube right here on the inside. Take your engine, and basically I'll put these up in the same direction, around a little bit. Come on. There. And on one engine, I'm going to select, on this one here, I'll pick the right side, right in the middle there. You could pick different ones and play with it. And I'm just going to put that, weld it right on that inside one, that inside cube right there, right? Just like that. And what did I do on this one? I did right side on that one. I'll do left side on this one. I'm going to put it on this inside cube right there. I'm going to double check. Yep. Okay, so you can spin these around with this ring, right? So you can see they're not in place. What you're going to do is you're going to leave it like that. Don't put them together yet. Come over to the tuning area, right? And what you're going to do is, you got to power these engines. You got to link them to your seat. So let's go ahead. I'm going to unlink these real quick. Okay, so we're starting from scratch. Don't click both engines. Just click one. You're going to invert the spin on one engine only. Okay. You're going to link to your seat here. And boom, done with that one. Now you pick the other one. Don't have invert spin, obviously, on both of them. Link to the seat. Done. Now, consumers link. You can hold shift and click both. By keeping the engines apart, it's easier to select them than when they're together. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to go back to the vehicle builder in here and put these together. All you do, you see this ring right here? You're just going to turn that till it's in the center. Now the other ring, turn it till, boom. Now two engines look like one. We're going to bake it. And I'll go back and show you now. We'll go ahead and lift this up here. Let's go ahead and activate the seat. And voila. Now you got two engines that look like one, powering your vehicle, more power, looks cool, and that's all there is to it. That's simple. So the subscriber, the guy that commented on my video that asked for that, I hope that helped you. If you have any more questions about it, just let me know. Let's end it with a little bit of flying a sea breeze into the sunset. And also I want to tell you guys, let me get out to the plane. I'll tell you a little bit more. Okay, so we're back out on the open seas of Homebrew vehicle Sandbox. Let's go ahead and turn our lights on, check in our instruments, and there we go, up into the sky. We'll do a flyby of the island. I'm going to tell you, as you guys, well, maybe you haven't seen, but some people have commented, I'm starting to make, I'm trying to expand my channel on YouTube. I've added some, I guess they're called video logs, maybe, but basically stories from my life that I think are pretty funny and humorous, and I hope people are enjoying them. I think they are. I'm going to keep doing those, but I'm also going to be doing the gaming, of course, as well. But I tell you what, I really enjoy doing those videos for a lot of reasons, and I think I'm going to keep doing those, and again, in addition to complement my channel with the gaming. Also, I think next week I'm going to be getting a green screen, so I'm kind of excited about that. So all this behind me, I'm going to be doing some fun stuff with that green screen. I'm looking forward to that as well. So stay tuned. You know, as far as Homebrew goes, hopefully we see this big update in the near future. A lot of train work. Looks like I think they're going to Unity 5, I believe, or maybe this is already Unity 5. But some visual improvements as well from what I've seen. And the biggest thing I think for me that's going to be really cool is this right here. This hangar over here, right there. We're going to do a little flyby here. This hangar is somewhat limited in space as far as what you can build. The images of the new hangar it's external, so you can be outside. So it'll be an awesome thing. So cheers, peace, guys. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for likes. And I ask if you could, if you're liking what I'm doing, it really helps if you share my videos through your social media connections and channels as well. All right, guys. Have a great day, a great night. And again, thank you.